You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
I can't see edge of Earth, therefore must be flat.
Had it with flat earthers, and he wants everyone to just accept that the earth is round so we can all move on from this inane debate once and for all. So he organized an expedition taking a group of flat earthers to Antarctica in the hopes of converting them into so-called globe earthers, which is what I guess the rest of us are. And I get that energy. I feel like if I've said something once, I've said it 100 times. Just see something for yourself, accept that you were wrong, and move on. Ask your questions if you must, but at least move on from a place of better and wider and deeper understanding. Well, Pastor Will Duffy organized the expedition called the Final Experiment, assuming that if he just showed people for themselves that they were wrong, that they would simply accept that they were wrong without trying to twist their brain out of being wrong. His goal was to prove to these flat earthers that there were no barriers preventing them from going to Antarctica and seeing whether or not the earth is actually flat. A common refrain in the flat earther community is that they won't let you go there to confirm whether or not the earth is really flat because they don't want you to know. Also, there's a big wall of ice that you cannot penetrate. They also have to go to Antarctica because the sun never sets there. There is a 24-hour sun down at the pole because the sun just goes around the sky all day because the earth is a sphere. Flat earthers don't believe this happens. Duffy said of the expedition, "I created the final experiment to end this debate once and for all. After we go to Antarctica, no one has to waste any more time debating the shape of the earth. If only."
I can't unsee this. All the globes everywhere. I turn on TV, there's globes in the background. There's globes on there right here. Like this would be a globe if I was a normal person. Like everywhere there's globes. You see them all the time. I mean, it's constant. My children will be like, "Mama, globe, globe, globe."
I can't see edge of Earth, therefore must be flat. It's just so lizard brain, so simplistic, so beautiful. And in fact, between 2 and 10% of Americans believe it to be true.
Sometimes you are wrong in life. And I thought that there was no 24-hour sun. In fact, I was pretty sure of it. But I respect Will Duffy for being a stand-up guy, at least in the way that he kept saying it was true. I kept saying it wasn't. He said, "You want to go? I'll take you." And brought me here. And it's a fact. The sun does circle you in the south. It seems like the moon does circle here as well. So start thinking about that as well. It doesn't mean that AE map is over, flat earth is over. Maybe somebody's got the answer. I don't have that answer.
And what you saw right there was one of these flat earthers coming to a really, really tough realization that he is wrong.
Globe. They're everywhere. And that's what they do to brainwash. And so for me, if it is not a conspiracy, if it is, real, why are you pushing so hard? Everywhere I go, every store, you buy a globe. There's globes everywhere, every movie, every TV show, news media. Why?
Anyway, the group documented their adventure, and in a video they posted to YouTube, one flat earth influencer, Jaron Campanella, actually admitted that he had been wrong all along. He said that he truly believed that the earth was flat, and now he no longer believes that. It's a bit sad that he only believes the things that he can see with his own eyes, but I suppose if you don't have a real background in science or whatever related field, everything feels a bit mysterious to you. Also, if you don't have a background in science or whatever related field, maybe don't become a science-based influencer. Now his entire brand is compromised. He knows that his reputation will be torched by members of his now former community. In a way, he sacrificed his entire career by acknowledging that his entire career was built on a lie or at best a misunderstanding. Unfortunately, not all of the conspiracy theorists present were as easily convinced, despite, again, seeing for themselves that one of the core tenets of their belief system was simply and provably untrue. Austin Whitsitt said in the documentary, "I have seen a physical demonstration that could show this working, but I do think that some of the data we're going to have from this trip will help to clarify if that's what's actually happening." And in the comment section of the YouTube video, there was plenty of respect for Jaron for admitting that he was wrong, even though it meant he would lose his followers and influence, and lots of people were excited that this meant that potentially we won't have to deal with flat earthers for much longer. Of course, there were people who still refused to give up their beliefs, insisting a green screen was somehow involved or that everything was staged, but those people come with any territory. In a world where propaganda and AI-altered images and videos, uncertainty and distrust are all rampant, the rise of the flat earther movement was inevitable. People simply do not know what is real anymore, and the people who take the most fringe and the most strong positions on anything are the ones that get boosted in various algorithms. So it's not long often before the fringe becomes the loudest and most prominent voice in any movement. This is different from how the world used to work. But while I commend these few flat earthers for taking this trip and confronting their own beliefs, especially publicly, I do find it sad that people only choose to believe the things that they see with their own eyes and the things that they experience firsthand as real. That is an incredibly myopic way to live one's life, and it doesn't do much to foster empathy for others or respect for the work of others. Also, it's not a sign of intelligence that you always need to be right. It's absolutely fine and normal to admit that you are wrong sometimes. No human being has all the information all the time. I don't care how well read you are. Intelligence means understanding that you don't know everything and having the ability to adjust your existing beliefs when you're presented with new information that might contradict your previous beliefs. That's why, as imperfect as it is, people tend to trust science, which is flexible and plastic and malleable, over something like religion, which is stagnant and rigid. Intelligence is having the ability to incorporate new information into what you already know to be true and then seeking the answers to questions that may arise as a result. Stubbornly proclaiming that you're right all the time is small-minded, and those people don't deserve to be your influencers. For the record, I am not an influencer, nor am I a role model. I'm just a woman with a job who is doing her best. But you have to ask, why do these people need to believe that the earth is flat in the first place? The same reason why people cling to any belief or belief system. It gives them a sense of control in their world. It helps them to feel as if they're not a sucker, even though their lives are probably, and I don't mean this as an insult, incredibly average and mediocre. Everyone likes to feel like they have a leg up somewhere, even if that's just in their own falsely inflated sense of self. And if I'm wrong about that, then I'm wrong. All right, that's it for me. If you got anything,
I can't see edge of earth, therefore must be flat.
This has been a Pinguinati production. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos. If you'd like to support the channel, links are in the description.